Hello boys, my name is Kuliyoshi and welcome back to my 100% playthrough of Hyrule Warriors Definitive Edition for Nintendo Switch. I went into and did a lot of other stuff. Well, I guess the last time played, I went into some of the adventure mode, and now we're going to be doing things a little bit differently here. We're going to be doing both Survival Wild Level 2 and Survival Wild Level 3. I've been looking at a guide to do a lot of info as well as farming up Gannon because one of the requirements is to get Gannon to 255. So I'm kind of just doing that. So my idea is to just KO every single elite enemy that's here, and your goal is to get 5,000 kills during all of these missions anyway, so I don't see why else we would not do this. So, this is survival battle. Now, you probably already knew about the one before. I initially did play that, but when I actually played it through fully, I didn't defeat it fully, so you're gonna see me using a new strategy here to basically get as many KOs as I can. And I'm doing this because I need to reach level 3 at some point as part of my session, because I want to do that right away. What I find kind of interesting is they only spawn as Dynaphos, but then the actual assassins themselves are completely different. But anyways, the strategy you want to do is not do the light attack. I just was doing that for fun, but as if you remember from before, then the main strategy for killing these captains is to hit them like 3 times with that, and then use a charge to finish them off. Most of the time I can get them KO'd long before we can do other stuff. Then once you need KOs, you can kind of just do other stuff. My goal is to make sure basically every single captain dies. I cannot let them live, because if I ever leave a captain around, that will become very bad. So yeah. A lot of the strong attack is used just for the KOs. That's about it. And some other stuff. Okay, so now we should have the second wave spawn in. Okay, here's the second wave. After each wave, all the troops that were played before or whatever, each enemy troop will also gain morale slightly. Now, since I'm not interested in grinding this yet, I don't really know where the hearts are, so... Okay, there's enemy hearts, that's really important. Now, if you remember, we kind of sucked a little bit at the game, but I found out a new strategy to do this. Okay, so the biggest importance here is to, like, make sure I slap the enemies around as a lot possible, and I tend to, like, prioritize that on wave 3 of each for assassin squad. Because if I don't do that, then it gets really ridiculous. So yes, as part of the A rank, I have to get 5,000 KOs in about 30 minutes or so. If I don't get that, then I don't get the A rank, and that's a bit annoying. So I use that strong attack a lot simply just to get those KOs. Darn it, did not kill him. Alright. Now this is the one where, in my other mode, I would normally use magic for the first time. Now, there are some recon soldiers in here, which will call in troops if we find Ganon. I actually want to let them find me on purpose, because that means more troops to KO, and that we need A rank anyway, so figure it's easier just to get doing our stuff. Now, my first actual magic is probably not going to be used until, like, a little bit later. So yeah, that's about it. So I'm using kind of a lot of mixed strategies. When I want to KO just weaker enemies, I like using that. When I'm KOing single-based enemies, I use the charge because it's way better. It has multiple hits on it and can work really well. And yes, there is a way where you can survive without doing this stuff, but the only way you can really do that is to get the enemy heart transfer troops. Those are like the only ways you can heal. And you basically, if you're doing this normally, you don't want to go for them normally until you get off a quarter of a heart. Ooh, I forgot that was there. Well, that's fine, because if we just do this, they'll all die anyway. In fact, that'll help. I can use that to just level up automatically, because heals give the second most experience after giant bosses, and these bosses give the most experience. What I like a lot about the guide is the guide that I looked at actually has specific strategies for each boss, and each one of them has its own unique soft lock you can do on it. Okay, so this is looking good. We have around 1200 KOs, and we already got a lot of stuff. I'm just KOing all the weakling bodkins because I want to do other stuff. My usual cue to get stuff done is when they tell me that they are going for an all-out attack. That's when I have to change things. I'm gonna use like 2 light attacks to quickly KO them. Okay. Now, obviously, with these, the sooner I get the KOs, the better. I know I can get more by doing the waves, but I found out if you do not do that correctly, then the waves eventually just lose all their troops. Okay, one more and I should be good. Also, the effect will appear soon. Yep, there it is. Enemy forces are now beginning an all-out attack. For me, that's usually my cue to start killing the bosses. In this case, Van Andela. Now, when you actually do this strategy properly, it's actually not a bad strategy at all. In fact, it's probably one of the best strategies in the game, because all those big troops that are supposed to hit you, if you just KO all the captains around the area, then they won't do anything to you. Not only that, they give you a lot of experience for some reason. Okay, so now this first guy will give me a magic, and I'm going to save that in case a dividing opponent appears, because they tend to do that. We'll spawn that, and then the second reinforcements will appear. So now we have to actually do stuff again. Now in some of the later missions I do prefer to just use charges on the enemies, because the charge does have a side effect of usually getting me the way out of enemies, and most enemies with the charge, if I hit them right, they'll just outright die. So that's why you see me using charge here. Like, this is arguably the best combo in the game for Ganon, just using 3 light attacks, and then as soon as the 3rd light attack finishes, you press up and the charge comes out immediately. I really like that is a hidden effect. And yes, that is a hidden effect. Normally, when the charge comes out, I'll briefly show it off on a few guys, I guess, in a minute. You get a completely different effect. Like, when you charge, normally this happens. You do a little bit of a delay, and then you actually do the charge. If you do this and then do it, it just comes out immediately, and that is by far your best strategy to use in pretty much all of these survival missions. It keeps you alive for much longer, certainly. That being said, we will still need a lot of levels. I forget kind of what the maximum level is for this, but yeah. Okay, well now I want to kill him. So I'll kind of show you briefly the different strategies. Now, Goma, as you see, if I were to do the char... Oh, jeez, that is terrible luck again. Oh, wow, he received a reinforcement sooner. I didn't know that you can do that. Usually, when you receive reinforcements, you can do other stuff. But anyways, I'm like attacking Goma for the reason you just saw, like, only a few minutes ago. If you, leave Goma around or knock him down with a charge, you will always get it back up. There is no way to actually get him without him getting back up at least once, at least in these modes. Okay, I'm gonna be a little bit faster with killing all the captains. Now in the actual run, I ignore most of the troops, or regular troops, and I kill all the captains. This one is a little bit different. I have to focus especially on the weakling troops, the bombkins that you see right there, because if I do not do that, then, yeah, that will be really bad. What? Okay, well, this guy is also the same. Like, you'll see, he tries to get up really quickly. I'm gonna try moving him to where I want to go. And then we'll dodge to, like, right here. And yes, I just relearned this strategy by literally doing Survivor Battle Level 1 over and over again. Actually, I think I've known it for a while, because the last time you saw me do this, I was doing yet more grinding. Okay, yeah, so it looks like they do spawn sometimes on a set timer. Darn it, Donald's not dead, so he's gonna get up. And that move he does can interrupt my charge. Okay, I think they summoned more Dark Volgas again. Okay, now we're going to use magic. Excuse me. I think I want to kill the Summoners first. This is usually when I start... Oh, where's the Dark Volgas, by the way? I swear, there are supposed to be Dark Volgas here. Okay, we just slaughter like hundreds of troops there. Okay, there they are. We need them. Oh, jeez, they're way too close. I'm gonna wait a few minutes. Okay, I think we caught most of them. Ideally, you want to KO all of them while you still have magic. Because if you don't kill these guys, by the way, they can do a lot of damage. They're like the most devastating. But thankfully, that was fine. Oh boy, we have two bosses to KO. We have an Imprisoned and we have an Ardrock boy, also known as Mr. Draenei. Oh, we have a Rally Captain to deal with. Okay, that takes care of that problem. Okay, we almost have our 5k KOs, which is good. In some of the later missions, there's usually more to do anyways. And yes, this is intended to be the next mission you do in order, but we kind of went off and did something else instead. I feel like if I was smarter, I would have done at least Survivor Battle Level 1. Okay, we're gonna stun lock you first, just so you don't do stuff. Now, Ardrock has a very long fall animation, so he, along with Manhandla, you can actually do a charge on him to kill him a bit quicker. For every other character, that will never work, because they'll just get up immediately after that. And in case you're wondering, yes, I don't like to move on to the next area, at least in this mode, until every single elite captain is dead. And I recognize the elite captains as the Dynaflosses you see with the yellow aura around them. That means they're stronger and will give me more experience. That's who I'm trying to take out first, because if I take them out first, then I can deal with them a bit later. And we can use this to kill these guys. Okay, that should be enough now. Now we can focus more on an actual speed run. Most of this is just to get 5k kills. Okay, so now we can start stun locking the imprisoned as well. The prison's also pretty straightforward to KO. You literally just stun lock him like all of the other bosses. Yes, he left just in time. Already beat Ganon out, all out attack, so time to kill the imprisoned. Now the imprisoned is the one boss we cannot weakness regardless of what we do, so we have to defeat him the normal way, which is a light attacks and then a dodge. You want to dodge immediately after just to remove the lag it takes to actually get back up. And then I use a charge here to just get him right here, and there we go. And that should despawn all the enemies. So now we have 5k KOs, which means we will have gotten A rank with the KOs. So now we just have to finish this in less than 30 minutes, which is actually not that bad at all. In fact, it's actually very quick. Alright. Let's get the transport tubes. Alright, now we have to deal with all of the other characters. I don't know why I'm doing this, but I'm going to do this and then interrupt the activation by basically going into this mode. Now I am going to start charging around the battle to try and defeat these guys. Split it around, I guess. This one has a lot of stuff now. It definitely feels like if you don't do this right, it's very easy to just get KO'd. Nice. We killed a lot of troops. Trying to get away from that prison. Okay, let's start KOing the other troops. Now, once you kill these certain troops, they don't actually come back. And my biggest problem with the first mission is I never seem to KO enough troops initially to actually get the KO requirement. I do know there's also a lot here, though, so I do still try and KO them. Killing all Dinoflosses. There's so many Dinoflosses in this one area. That's one thing I always find about this area. And Dark Prison's getting in my way. I'll deal with him later. I need to kill the other bosses first. Okay, I don't want to take forever. Let's stun lock and kill Dodongo first. Don't even... I think we didn't kill Ardrock. I think that's him flying over. Well, we can KO him by just... Yeah, oh, no, that was Goma. Oh yeah, I completely forgot about Goma. Goma's probably the worst boss to do, way. He has an attack that can just shred your health. But as long as you have at least over a quarter of a heart, it'll always take 2 hits to KO you, and it is a small delay before it actually happens. Now, part of the reason why I grinded, though, is obviously to really continue on to the next level. You need A rank, and you can't get A rank by just doing stuff. What I like is you can interrupt this guy's charge, but as you see in a minute, you'll probably won't be able to do the same thing for the other bosses. Now, we didn't get the best leveling system, but that's just because when I did this, I was doing level 1 so much that by the time I came here, I just had so much experience from everything. It was just super easy for me. And it still is pretty easy too. Oh, excuse me. I could have probably charged there. Well, well, we got the A rank. They definitely changed the A ranks on the survival. They made it 30 minutes for some reason. Probably just because, well, in Wii U it was probably 15, and that was almost impossible. So they had to update it at least a little bit. So easy A rank. That's the only rank we require, and the only reason I require that is so we can go on to level 3, and then after that, we can unlock the final mission for Ganon. Yeah, that's right, folks. After, like, who knows how long, we'll finally unlock the final mission. We won't actually do it yet, but we'll do it at some point later this video, or a different video. I mean a different video. Because then we can use Cucco, which is the other boss character in this, which is similar to Ganon, but much, much more difficult. In fact, it's pretty brutal. Cucco, we basically have to get a new strategy guide for, because, yeah, he kind of dies pretty quickly, just like Gannon, but he's even more obnoxious to play. Alright, so here we go. We unlocked Survival Level 3. I really do want to finish this, so let's hope we don't suck like we did in Giant Battle Level 3. We will be revenging that because, well, obviously I don't want to leave with failure here. Okay, time to charge and do some stuff again. Oh, wow. Ganon is coming home now. To Ganon's tower. Oh boy. Favorite place. Ganon's tower. Alright. Wow, they start with bosses right off the bat in this one. Well, this will probably be a little bit different. Yes, this is like Hyrule Field, but now it's a little bit different. At least we don't have to deal with enchanted bosses. Imagine having to deal with, like, the enchanted bosses from, like, the giant battles. Like, the Lords of the Horde. Those guys are so annoying to take out if you don't know what you're doing. Okay. My biggest problem with this, by the way, is after a little while, your regular attack that's supposed to... the special attack that's supposed to do a lot of damage... it becomes pretty much useless except for just KOing the weaker troops. Because after you KO too many weaker troops, things just start happening. Alright. Okay, I'm gonna immediately actually start with a stun lock on Manandla if we can. I'm gonna try and get him down some HP. I'm gonna leave him for now, and actually, deal some damage to the mobs. Okay, well, so it looks like the timer thing is just them respawning enforcements after a while, which I find kind of interesting. Okay, we get a chance to do early magic, so you will see another magic used later. Okay, there we go. Killed that Manandla at basically the right time. Now we have more reinforcements, and now we have a Dodongo to deal with. Got the power-up, but it's the wrong one. Now, I'm not going to use any power-ups on them because, well, and they kill them way too quickly, and two, pretty much every power-up leaves you vulnerable. However, I have found a way around it, but the way around it is kind of tricky. Basically, you can't use a power-up unless there's, like, no elite enemies nearby. And I mean, like, these Dinoflosses you see right there. Like, you basically have to have them all killed, at least the ones near you. Because if you do that and there's enemies around you, you'll basically lose a lot of your health in an instant. In case you're wondering why I'm not using the specials, it's for a good reason. If you get into a full health, you can lose a lot of health very quickly, and the only way to recover from it is using Ganon's special. But there are multiple different ways to use it. Use it, actually. You can use it to KO other regular troops around you. You can finish off an opponent. But probably the most important thing is if you make a mistake, if you see yourself taking a lot of damage, or you basically are going to take damage from a boss's attack, like you read it wrong or whatever, then you can immediately use that to break things out. It's essentially a latch-ditch panic button. It clears enemies around you, it makes you invulnerable, and it allows you to actually kill them. That's basically it. Of course. Okay. Alright then. Let's do this. Time to KO the... Oh, see, look, there's the extra reinforcements. Oh, she is. Okay, I'm gonna probably pop a magic after I KO this Dodongo. Alright. Oh, we have Dark Atlantis this time. Ooh, boy. Oh. It looks like Dark Link almost for a second. Oh, wait, no, it is Dark Lana. My goodness, look at all these freaking Dark Lanas. They're like everywhere. Too bad we killed them without experience. In fact, that whole spell magic was terrible just because, well, I didn't really know what to do. Okay. Well, we dealt with the Dark Lanas, thankfully. I am definitely getting better at not taking damage, because if you want to play this game sort of fast, or at least this game mode quickly, you pretty much can't take any damage, and the charge dodge strategy I'm doing is the best way of doing that, while also still doing a lot of damage. I like how it's still stuck on saying Lana defeated after being attacked, even though I practically killed them all except this one for some reason. Okay, he's dead. I mean, that's a she. She's dead. Alright, that takes care of that. Gotta pick up Ardrock's drop real quick. So we'll take him out. Okay, good. Now it's gonna go through each Dark Lana that I killed. Well, good to know. If I need a lot of materials, I will come here in the future, because that is quite a bit of Lanas I just killed. So I should have gotten at least one Lana's cloak from that. In fact, I probably got multiple. Okay, yeah, I definitely see at least one here. Okay, beyond that, I'm going to do the same thing as I did before. KO every single weakling troop here, and then move to the final boss, because after all the reinforcements appear, they will not actually fight you until you move into their range, so you can actually deal with them pretty good. Of course, this one's going to be a little bit annoying because we have to deal with Goma right off the bat, but we do have the power-up, so we can use that to our advantage to just put him into a down state immediately, but I'll still have to wait. Now, in terms of KOing the different troops, doing Goma is probably the worst boss to deal with, so if you have his power-up, you might as well use Manandala's power-up to stun him, just because it'll take forever to defeat Goma otherwise. It's one of the few I actually use a power-up on. Can't tell what Goma's doing, but one thing I do know is his drop does a lot of damage, and his other charge is his attack where he shoots out green globs. That's his worst attack. Yeah, that's what I've nicknamed it, the green glob. If he does that attack, it's really bad, and if he does certain other attacks, he can just straight up destroy you. Okay, I'm gonna knock him down and then use this. Oh wow, I missed that. Okay, good. Okay, this'll finish him. Bam! He's dead. Alright, good. The rinse. We got plenty of KOs here, so we're moving on to the next section. First Assassin Squad. Okay, let's spawn these. There we go. And we have more opponents to deal with now. Oop. We have a lot of Lysiphiles here from the looks of it, because I heard a lot of Lysiphiles screams. Oh yeah, that's another Goma. Thankfully we can take it out in the same way as we did the last one. But again, I have some elite troops to KO. Also, those troops are Lysiphiles, while the other troops are just Dinoflosses. Oh gosh, there's so many troops here. Oh, jeez! I think that was his laser that interrupted me. Goma, you are being a Rudy. Do you know that? I'm gonna move over here, actually. Get away from the panic. I'm not as worried about dying in these, because in order to truly go for these, you need a lot of levels anyway. Normally it'd be like, oh, if you're going for this fast, you have to do all this and a couple of other strategies, but I find the easiest way is if you have a high level, you could just outright go in and not worry as much. You still have to play smart. You can't take too much damage or take too much KOs, but beyond that, almost got all the elite enemies. Okay, I'm going to... Oh, that's the charge. That's the charge I mentioned that will interrupt you. Okay. I'll get rid of him. Okay. Gets rid of him. And we get his power up, which is much quicker than the others. And we have an Arjot trying to do stuff. Now, Ganon's fireball that you use to put an Arjot down is also the fastest of the Ganon attacks, and does not stun you at all, so it actually is not bad at all. Okay, I'm just kind of doing a lot of mid-damage to him. So this one I don't need to get A rank as easily. I'm gonna save that for later. Okay, I think I'm nearly done actually. Alright. Look at all those whistles. The whistles sound so weird when they get hit. That's when you can tell it's not a Dinofloss and Elizabeth instead. Arjot I have a stun for, so I'm probably not going to actually use the attack on him, but that's fine, I guess. Okay, I'm going to ignore these troops. They are not getting me anything. Especially since that occurred. If that was only the first time the dividers appeared, then I don't know what's gonna happen after that. Alright. Did I just kill them? That's fine. Oh, there's one left anyway, so they'll probably get their effect off. So I like using this when I have to get a lot of KOs, because then I can usually get to my KOs a bit sooner doing this. Like, this is exclusively for getting KOs and nothing else. Who do I want to KO first? Probably Manandala, because he's easier to KO. I was wondering when I would get material drops. I always thought it was at 480, and it's not. It's at 500. That's why I haven't been doing so hot with that. I do like this strategy, by the way, of KOing all of the captains, because it works especially good at the final wave, because then you can just deal with the boss and not have to worry about anything else. Also, we are getting a lot of levels. In fact, a lot of levels came exclusively from that Dark Lana that we saw before. Speaking of which, there's another one, but this one's only 4. Yeah. Nope. So it's another 4-pack here. Dividing Lanas. Slapped them out though. Oh, we need to get rid of the summoners. I always forget about these guys. They, if they do something, it's probably not going to be the best. Okay, we got rid of Manandala. See, we don't really need to stun Manandala, especially when, he can be killed pretty easily without power-ups. Yeah, the power-ups are quicker. It's just that, they're not really the best when you have lots of enemies to kill. Alright. I like how for Ganon's third battle in this, he comes basically home to his tower, which is not bad. Also, I'm gonna kind of cry if we go to stage 4 of this and there's no Ganon. I'm gonna be kind of a little pissed because I had to face Ganon in a level 3 mission before, so he is there. And no, that's not my Ganon, it's a fake Ganon that's evil. That wants to take down the real Ganon. That's what I believe it to be. Let's just use this power-up. See, look, that is very quick. That is like one of the quicker moves. So you can use it to just very quickly KO them. Alright, second Assassin Squad defeated. We get a magic for it. It looks like this is probably where we're going to be using it. Oh, what? Oh, no! Quote twist, there's even more enemies here. And I, kind of panicked. Remember that, 7,000 KO thing? I think they lied. This might actually be a 7k KOs, not a 5k KOs. I thought it was, but then stuff happened, and because of that, I kind of panicked and didn't really use my ability properly. But I think the first thing I can think of is just KO these Manandalas quickly and then kind of deal with other stuff after that. Already gotten so many KOs, so... yeah. Goma is an easy way of punishing you, by the way, when you use the special, so you kind of have to wait until after he does his attack to use stuff. From what I'm guessing, either this is not immediately a finale, or the final Assassin Squad doesn't appear until later. That makes me very worried a little bit, actually, as to what the final Assassin Squad will actually entail to. Especially when they receive forcements like that super quickly. Oh, jeez. He still had his flame out, so I kind of just charged right into that. Not good. Well, I'm getting rid of this guy first. I think the sooner I get rid of all these giant bosses. Okay, he almost did attack on me, but I said nope to him. Okay, he's gone. Okay, well, I'm suddenly worried for my life here. I don't want to fail the timer gore, nor do I want to die or other stuff. That'd be the worst right now, is dying. Okay. So how do you even picture Goma being an assassin? Because he's more or less a giant boss, not a full assassin. So how do you picture him being an assassin? Okay, good. Oh, jeez Louise. More Dark Lanas and more other reinforcements on top of this. Yeah, I think they were respawning the reinforcements way too quickly. Okay, we're gonna charge out of this domain and then go magic as soon as we get a chance to. And then just kind of charge everywhere and see what happens. Alright, let's get over here as quickly as possible. This is probably my favorite place to fight a lot of enemies, so I'll kind of just kill them over here instead. Yeah, I think 7,000 KOs might actually be the requirement instead. And another Arjok. Oh wow, now the Dark Lanas are amplifying. Ooh. Excuse me, well, apparently I have to kill them first. I didn't know there was 2 sets of them. Jeez Louise, Lana does not want to play nice today. Also, I didn't notice that was also a Dark Lana. Look at all of them! Look at all of them just trying to surround me. And then I just use like 1 or 2 attacks and they're just all gone. Oh, if I was really weak, that would not be a good thing to go for. Alright, we are... Okay, I think we got rid of them all, which is good. Now we have to use a Ganon bomb here, which misses, of course. There we go. I'm getting tired of them. Oh wow, the Manandlas actually became stronger. Oh jeez, well now we have to KO those guys first. How are we supposed to truly stop those guys? Oh, that's only one of them, but that's still kind of obnoxious. Alright. He's dead. I might end up getting 7 KOs on accident just because of all the enemies here. I'm just gonna use this because I feel like I got too close. I am getting smarter to the point where I think I can use them aggressively, but other times when I do it, it's not really the best. Yeah, I think if I just do stuff, I feel like they'll just, okay, interrupt you and begin this stun lock. Because I am getting tired of this. Alright, they have begun the all-out attack, so still going strong. Not sure if this is 30 minutes or not, but we'll have to really speed through this highlight to make sure that we actually hit our quota. Oh, okay. He does this again. Oh, I charged the wrong way, so I had to use the special there. See, look, we're having to use more of those specials. This is not easy by any means. But prison's down, which means the last one has to be the last one, right? I certainly can't have another one after all that. Okay, we got an allied troop, so at least we have a healing. Oh, there they go. Here's the final one. And, of course, it has a freaking great fairy in it, so I'm gonna find her and KO her first, because she is very terrible. Sooner the great fairy dies, the better, and we also have a dark beast Ganon. Like, we already have dark beast Ganon here, and now we have dark Ganon. gonna just use a special and dodge out. See, look, I have to use a lot more specials now. They are not making it easy on me. With all these bosses, this is where I usually start using my big special, because I like the strong attack's range, so it can just hit AoE everyone down. Like, if I charge into this mess, I'm probably dead, so I need to find a... I think I first need to separate one of the bosses, obviously. So we have to find the fast boy and separate him from the rest of the group. Which is... oh, okay, I guess we're going for Manhandle instead. I kind of joked around. I guess Manhandle is dying first. Oh my gosh, no. Please do not switch your lock on. Silly. Yeah, I definitely got hit by that. Okay, I have a full heal still. Now they do make the actual heart go a little bit higher in this, so you can take more damage and still get the A rank, which I like. Again, if I could separate the fast sauces from the others, then they'll die much quicker. In fact, the slow bosses are kind of stuck in the middle right, so we kind of did our work. We separated a few of them. Yeah, this is definitely taking a lot longer now, because so many giant bosses to kill. But we dealt with a couple of them now. And yes, I remember the Great Fairy, so I have to KO her first in particular. If I don't kill the Great Fairy, she probably heals just like she does before. So we need to make sure we do that. Alright, Ganon Bomb here. And quickly take him out. I decided not to use the strat on Goma because, well, frit that. Goma's just gonna get up almost immediately. Don't want to risk that. So, quick tap to take out the Donald just because he's really annoying to take out in particular. And then only one boss to separate after that, and we should be done. Oh, jeez. I wanted to press plus, but I pressed home instead. Now, even if this is the lower goal, it does look like we didn't take a lot of damage so far. So, as long as we keep going for this, we should be good. Okay, now we have to separate Dark Ganon from other stuff, but it looks like he kind of did that for us. Okay, then. So we'll take out Dark Imprisoned first. Probably move him to this corner so that other enemies don't appear with him. And yes, I do like to dodge in a specific way so I can manipulate him to not go near the other opponents. Because if I do that, then it gets a bit crazy. So, we had regular Ganon to deal with in a different fight, which you actually did see a little bit of before I, like, quit out ASAP. Dark Giant bosses such as Dark Tail Dao cannot be put in a down state. Ooh. Attack with items when the opportunity presents itself. Okay, so that is correct. Oh my goodness, see? That was him that did that too, by the way. Boss is a jerk. Alright, well, if I could just push him away from his friends, then he'll be fine. Oh, we're actually doing a lot of damage to him. We're just doing this. Use me, Dark Ganon. Easy, boys. Got the 30-minute timer, I think just barely, and we more than did the KO requirement. We actually got more than what we needed. It might have actually been 7K, for all I know. Like I said, I'm just making sure I get it. Okay, so we got it. We had to speed that up pretty quick, though, to make sure we barely got that, but there we go. So now we have A rank on all maps that we know of. So now we should unlock the true final mission. And I'm going to save that for when I'm 255, because screw that mission. Yeah, here it is. The final true mission, Survival Battle Level 4. Yep, there's a 4th one. But first we need to get a little bit of vengeance. We kind of failed this battle last time, and now that we are overleveled for it, we're going to try it again, except this time we will not suck. I've found a couple of new strategies for it, and you'll kind of see my main one in action basically right away. And that is, I go for Manhandle and Imprison first, because the baby imprisons are so annoying to deal with. They're terrible, but I found out this strong attack, that's basically how you deal with them. I don't even know who hit me, because I was hitting basically everybody else. It might have been a stall master from a very long distance again. Okay. See, look at that. Didn't seem like I took any damage, but then I think it was the stall master that did that. I'm pretty sure the Dark Nuts or Stallmaster did that. They are so hard to deal with, and I just don't like it. Now, obviously, I'm just going for a regular KO of this, which means speed is very important here. Which means going directly for the load of the hood first to stop the seed attack. Now, I will show the KOs of all the bosses just because I really do like playing this similar to the other missions, because once you KO a set amount of enemies, they do not actually reappear again for quite some time. Now, the way a lot of the boards work like, in case you don't know what's going on, each giant boss has their own Lord of Hordes specialty, where if you get near them, they will do a special effect. Frick you, Goma. Always have to go up in the middle of the air, and because of that I have to wait on him. These guys are kind of mean, so before I stun lock them, I'm going to use the strong attack to KO them both. Or at least one, there we go, and then we'll stun lock the other. He's up. Oh, that was very close. See what I mean? Goma has a lot of attack. My worst part about Goma is you can do the basic combo on him, and sometimes it just won't work, because if he does a attack that has a shield, like that puts up a shield, then he straight up blocks your attack, and it's so annoying. That's what makes him the worst boss to deal with in this, just because he can do that without a moment's notice. And meanwhile, you have these freaking Dark Nuts that are extremely overpowered and do a lot of damage. Or at least the last time I did it, they were doing a ton of damage. Though they do become weaker over time if you KO the other opponents first. Because a lot of their buffs go away, and so then they lose morale. And yes, I do like killing the enemies just because this gives me a clear path to do stuff. Well, after this, I'll have only another 200 levels to go, and I'll finally be done with this. Okay, so... Alright. Oop. Is he up? Okay, he's up now. So these small prison, for some reason, they don't actually get up until after they finish their feint. So the strategy for them is simply to just do other attacks. But before we deal with that, we have other miniature prison to deal with. I can't seem to interrupt him. There we go. So we do want to deal with these guys first, because one, we want to get more jobs for them, and two, if we don't, then they will resonate with the Lord of the Horde to make themselves stronger. It's basically like the Ganondorf's tail thing all over again, but now the imprisoned are trying to do it instead. So we basically have to kill them before they get to a certain spot. And just like before, the prison can only really truly fall after doing a set amount of damage. And I just realized something. The other prison I was taking out level, and I was like, why is he not falling down, is also a dark beast in prison, or dark in prison. Oh, and yes, when you KO a boss enemy first, sometimes it'll do that, play that phrase, which will cause the Lord of the Horde you're fighting, basically whose boss the Lord of the Horde is fighting, to basically summon some mobs. Okay, good. We interrupt him from a very long distance. I'm probably gonna try saving the hearts for when I get to a quarter a heart. I like how I mentioned, by the way, I think I mentioned this off camera, that I feel like I can only do this at level 120 or whatever, and I'm basically around that level. Though it's not really been a nice mission so far. Okay, that takes care of that effect, which prevents them from resonating. Now we have to KO all the baby imprisoned. And also kill this jerk nut. I mean, dark nut. Because the bosses summon them every few minutes, and you have to KO them. Okay. I always forget that this Arjok, if you go so close to an area, he'll just fly right into you for some reason. I'm gonna KO him. Well, since he's separated from his group, I could just do this. Oh, jeez. Okay, screw you, Ardra. I'm just gonna do this. Alright, he's dead. Okay, diminish that Lord of the Horde's strength. Did not get a power from it. Don't actually see what use that would be, though. Okay, now the tricky part. Now this strategy I specifically set up for this battle. No. If they do that, I have to use a special anyway. And yes, you can use specials as well, but the idea is to basically just spam this along with specials until they all die, and that's what makes it so much easier. With those enemies around, it just makes it way more difficult. Right? Fairy gets up very quickly. He's also a full heal, which is always very nice. Okay, now let's take out this Lord of the Horde while trying to get other minions tied within it. Or at least move them away from the minions so they don't hit me. I like the stun lock, by the way. It's so beautiful how we do it. Okay, I don't even need to kill the enemy troops up top, so we're gonna skip them. I mostly clear out at least a good area with them, and then once most of them are dead, I kind of don't really do anything else after that. I'm gonna kill them with this, just because I feel like doing that. And see, like, by doing this, it makes it way easier to hit the quota. So I was barely able to finish the mission. Of course, I didn't finish it in time, so I did not get the A rank initially. And we have the flying Ardra that's already there. Nice. Okay, that magic outright killed that. Now we have to use this. I like to use this against the Darkseas just because, well, they're kind of difficult to defeat without that. Okay, so now they're going to sense the battle and try and advance towards me, which makes it easier to kill them. And now I have to go back a little bit to lure them there. Okay, at least I interrupted that kind of quickly. Now, Seas we have to kill first because they're hero. They do tons of damage and should be killed first. They also can't be put into a weakness state since they are darkness, sort of. But we can kill these Manhandlers pretty easy, so I'm just gonna separate one from the group and kill him. That was quick. Okay, now his strength will diminish. Oh, he's also a tab. Let's just go ahead and kill him right now. Oh, okay. I'm gonna kill the Arja right now if we can get to him. I like how he just kind of flies up in the air when I destroy him. Okay, that reduces the monster strength again. Okay, Manhandle is down. What I hate about some of the Dark Nuts is that it seems like they only do like one attack, and that one attack they do just does a ton of damage for some odd reason. And that's the only reason why I hate them so much. Because out of all the captains, they have the most damage and speed in the entire game almost. The only ones that are more annoying are the ones we saw before, the baby in prison. Those are probably the worst of them. Didn't see. Okay, if we kill the Lord of the Horde right away, then that will make it a little bit easier. Alright, so all Lords of Horde are now defeated, so now we'll see the truth in that new monster horde, which is 3 Ganons. So yeah, we have to take out 3 Ganons. I have a new strategy for them. Instead of just doing regular attacks or doing other attacks, I'm going to just run up with magic and use special on them all. Help me. Hit you back with that. As you can see, the actual Lord of the Horde has 2 Dark Nuts surrounding him. So if I just go in, he's going to kill me immediately. So we have to kind of do this. Oh, I thought there was... Well, it's nice that he dropped magic, because that means I can go right into another magic. And use that to just go straight for the Horde. So let's do that. Let's use more magic. I did not get this the last time I played this. Oh, excuse me. Oh, jeez, I knocked him like 15 feet across the map. Okay. Well, that was actually pretty straightforward since we just got a bunch of magics. I didn't know they dropped magics too, because usually when I kill them, they do not. Like in the previous missions, they straight up do not drop full magic. But we got through that with an A rank. I did get it off screen, but I also wanted to get it right away. These are really good for grinding rupees, by the way. They are very much useful. I definitely prefer Survival Battle Level 2, by the way, over Survival Battle Level 3. Survival Battle Level 3 just takes way too long. It doesn't seem to offer as much experience as the other ones, so... Yeah, off-screen I'll probably be doing Survival Battle Level 2, and when you see me again, I'll probably be a even higher level, but... see you guys later for the potential finale of Ganon's Fury Mode. Until then, I'll see you guys in the next video. If you like, enjoy cards, subscribe, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye.